Today, we are going to be speaking about different ways that you can incorporate self-care into your life as it pertains to your social well-being. Hey, welcome to another Bojoul video. Today, we are going to be speaking about different ways that you can incorporate self-care into your life as it pertains to your social well-being. We speak all the time about holistic self-care, because we have to deal with ourselves wholly, not just fragments, like just our physical body or our mental or emotional. We have to be comprehensive, to have a comprehensive approach rather, to really dealing with the different things that we go through. So today, I am going to be speaking about ways that you can incorporate social self-care, because we are social beings. We need each other. The quote says that no man is an island unto himself. No man is an island unto himself. And it's so true. It is so true that no man is an island. We need, as badly as we would like to think that we can do everything by ourselves and we don't need anybody, honestly, you do. We all need somebody. And so today, I'm going to just talk about a few ways that we can kind of bring that social component into our self-care journey in a healthy way. So I got 5 ways that we're going to do that I'm going to encourage you to do that. So the first way is going to be schedule regular social activities with friends and loved ones, like coffee dates, virtual hangouts, go take a walk with your friend. I absolutely love doing this. When I am able to schedule time with my friends, I am so happy. I am at peace. I feel like I can just relax, release. And I mean, we have the best time ever. And especially when you choosing friends and family members that you really can have a good time with. You don't have to have your guard up, and you feel safe in their presence. So like scheduling and make time to do that. Like everybody is busy. Everybody's busy doing something. And schedule things that are on your calendar are important. Make dates, whether it be taking walks together, meeting up at the gym together, having dinner, having brunch, doing a Zoom call as a group, you know what I mean? Maybe you have friends that are all over in different, locations. Do a Zoom call together and just catch up. But those things are refreshing to you. And especially when you have a group of people that are encouraging, uplifting, and inspiring to one another, that can be like the best source of self-care in terms of a social setting. Number 2 is to join clubs, groups, or organizations that center around what you're interested in. I know so many people, they are a part of this group, they're a part of that group, and it keeps them pretty active, and it can be a really great source of encouragement. And not only that, a lot of these groups have specific goals, communal goals, community goals, and they work to actually bettering their community, to bettering the schools. They have different missions. And a lot of groups align with some of your personal missions and your personal values. And so that's a good good way to kind of expose yourself to like a positive aspect of social self-care. You're doing things socially, you do things that is going to align with you. Pretty much. It's going to align with you. Third is to practice active listening and engage in meaningful conversations that foster deeper connections. Oh my goodness. I love having high-level conversations. And it's only certain people, you know who those people are. You can have certain conversations with certain people that is not just so like linear, like on the surface, but it goes dimension. It goes into depth, different layers that like the average person, you can't really share that conversation, or not even the average person. Everybody is not interested or doesn't have the same level of reasoning that you do in certain areas. And so when you align yourself with people who are on your same level in terms of those conversations and that get you, they can be so enriching. I remember when I was in school, I was obsessed with talking about psychology, like just different things like cognitive reasoning. I loved talking about Sigmund Freud's research. I enjoyed speaking about Carl Jung. Like all of these different psychologists and these different aspects of psychology, I was like geeked out. And it wasn't a lot of people that I could talk to, you know, that could kind of go deeper into those conversations with me, because I was like, I understood it. It was very Nietzsche, and I was sort of kind of like an outlier in terms of those topics. But when I found people who I connected with, oh my God, we could geek out for hours. We could really, and it was so cool how I could talk about these things with a certain group of people, and it would actually make me feel better, and it would actually help me to expand my mind in terms of those things. Like, say, one psychologist spoke about different levels of reasoning and understanding with your mind, or on a social or mental level. And I literally could connect that with myself, and I could see myself applying that into my everyday life. And when you find somebody that connects with you, it could be you love cats. It could be you love dogs. It could be you love real estate. You love beauty, hair. You love fixing cars. You like tech. You love nails, skincare, whatever it is. You could love lighting, video, whatever it is. When you find people on that level and that can kind of geek out with you, that is so healthy for your social self-care. That is so healthy. And it also, not only is it just healthy, but when you get with people of like mind, it expands your own knowledge. The things that you know, that you think you know, when you connect with other people, all it's doing is expanding, and it's enlarging your capacity to be able to receive more information on that subject, and it makes you better as an individual. It just makes you better all around. So that's like a social piece, and that's a very niche specific. And when I say niche specific, it could just be somebody who like to, they're homebodies. Some people are homebodies. I'm a homebody. When you get with people that's homebodies, y'all get each other. You could talk with people who they like to binge Netflix. Some people are real bingers. Like, that's what they do. That's a whole niche. You could get with people, and when you sharing common values, common goals, it just does something to you inside. It really does. So that is so great. Like, just practice listening and engaging in those conversations. Just listen to each other and engage. So what it is, it's an atmosphere of exchange. You're receiving and you're giving. You're receiving and you're giving. And anywhere you go, you want that to always be the case anyway. You don't want to be a taker. If you're in an atmosphere where you're being fed, try to drop a nugget or two on the group. That's your contribution. Whatever it is, you contribute. And in that positive exchange, everybody wins. Everybody wins. So that was number 3, to practice active listening and engaging in meaningful conversations with others. That's going to build that deeper connection with each other. Number 4 is going to be to set boundaries in relationships to ensure a healthy balance between giving and receiving support. This is crucial. Oh my goodness. Every relationship has to have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries in relationship, it is a recipe for disaster. Boundaries foster respect. When I have friendships, boundaries make it possible to understand how far I can and cannot go with that individual or that group of people. Boundary sets the stage for respect. Boundary also protects you. Boundaries allow you to filter and understand whose company you are really keeping. For instance, if I have a boundary that perhaps I have a boundary where I don't want you to use certain language around me, right? I'm just giving an example. And the group understands that you have set that boundary. That is my boundary. And when everybody understands your boundary and they respect your boundary, you're literally building a deeper connection because there is a level of respect there, and vice versa. When they set a boundary for themselves and you understand that boundary and you respect and honor that boundary, what happens is a level of respect is built up and trust is built. So now that relationships become deeper because I understand and respect you, and you understand and you respect me. And when relationships are important to you, you dare not cross a boundary that you know that is going to hinder or harm the relationship. And that's the thing about relationships, right? You have to decide what relationships are important to you and what relationships are not important to you. And what I like about it, it allows you to filter. Sometimes you find yourself in a relationship and you don't even know why you're still there. And I don't necessarily just mean a partnership like an intimate partnership. I mean like just family members, friendships, co-workers, any type of relationship. Sometimes relationships have been in certain relationships have been in your life for so long, you just keep it just for the sake of keeping it, if you know what I mean. Like you just keep the relationship. You just keep it going because it's always kind of sort of been there. But in your self-care journey, we're not going to keep anything just for the sake of keeping anything. You're going to give and receive. You give and you receive. That's how it's supposed to be, a nice flow of reciprocity in any healthy relationship. So when you set boundaries, and you can set boundaries, and here's the thing, if you're in a relationship and you cannot set boundaries for fear that you're going to destroy the relationship, you don't have a relationship. All healthy relationships have boundaries. If you feel you're in any relationship with anybody and you can't speak your mind, you can't share things that you need to share, or things that might offend you, or boundaries that you want to set or you need to establish, you need to reconsider that entire setup. Because boundaries are essential to having positive social relationships. They are essential. Sometimes they are not well received, but when someone respects you and they honor your existence in their life, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that this level of respect and the boundaries and the guidelines for this relationship are clear, and that they are respected and that they are honored. So please set boundaries. And the last step, or the last tip for building your social self-care aspect into your life and keeping things to healthy, is going to be volunteer and engage in acts of kindness that contribute to your community and to create that sense of social connection. Volunteering can be so powerful. Everything is not about physical, monetary compensation. Everything is not. It's not. I understand we all need our coin. We all want our bag. But everything is not about that. Some things are just about giving back. What I know, what I have, to impart it into somebody else's life, that you could see them become better, or you could see an organization become better, or you could just to see what you have as an individual and you share it. And what you want, all you want to see back is that person grow or get better. I know for a fact that when you give, you will receive back so much more than you ever gave. Just the joy of seeing somebody grow from you, from your life, from your experience, the joy and the satisfaction that you feel within yourself, it defies words. Like, words cannot adequately encapsulate that feeling. And that's the thing, like, healthy social well-being, and you volunteering and sharing your time and just being kind to other people, giving people, like, you cannot quantify that with money. You cannot quantify that with money. When you give, it shifts something within inside of you. It really, really does. And especially when you're giving and you know that person really needs your help, or you see that person really using what you gave them to become better, that is, oh my God, that really is mind-blowing. It's really, really mind-blowing. And when you are trying to focus on building up yourself socially, those are things that you can do. Stop thinking that it's always about you, because it's not. It's not always about me. Sometimes just getting out of your own head and getting out of your own way as it pertains to different things going on in your life, and kind of focus on somebody else. Help somebody else deal with what they're dealing with. And it seems like sometimes your stuff kind of dissipates. Your stuff is not even that serious as you thought it was. Because sometimes it's like wherever attention goes, energy flows. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So when you're focusing on your situation or what you got to do and that, it's like you're giving more energy And that you're giving more energy to that situation that's already not working or that's already causing you frustration, and you're making it even bigger. You're expanding it. But how about this? Take your energy and give it to somebody who needs your help or needs your advice or just needs your ear to listen to them. It's so many ways to give. It's so many. One thing that the Bible says, and I've always been a firm believer, it is better to give than it is to receive. It really, really, really is. When you're giving of yourself, of your time, and I'm very specific when I say this, like, some people will much rather give you their money than give you their time. But when you give somebody your time, you are giving them a part of your life. I remember one day I was in church, and it was years ago, and the person who was speaking, they said something that was so profound at that particular moment in my life, and it always stuck with me. They said, whenever you spend time with somebody, you essentially are spending your life with them. You are spending your life. That hit home, because the time that I spend with you, I cannot get back. That's time spent. That's time, years, days, hours off my life that I am now consciously choosing to spend with you. And the benefits that you reap from spending your time or giving your time to people who you can help is insurmountable. It's no words for that. So just understand that social self-care is a thing. And it is not like it's something that you can just avoid, because like I said to you before, we are holistic beings, and so you have to deal with yourself holistically, not in parts, not treat this piece and this little piece here and this little piece here. No, it doesn't work like that. You are a holistic being, and your social self-care is a thing, and it's real. We cannot exist in this world alone. So I'm just going to recap the 5 points for building and developing your social self-care. Schedule regular social activities with friends and loved ones. Join clubs, organizations, groups that align with who you are. Practice active listening and engaging in meaningful conversations with others that build a deeper connection between the two of you, or you and the group. Set boundaries in relationships, and volunteer. Engage in kind acts that's going to help somebody else. All of those things is going to build a better you socially, not living in a bubble. Because listen, I'm a private person. I can be in my house for days by myself, not bothering nobody, and happy. Not lonely, not even sad, none of it. But I do understand that I have to interact with the world. I have to give everything that I'm learning, everything that I'm building myself to be, or God is building me to be. It is for me to share and to extend it to others. Each one teach one, each one reach one. So I thank you so much today for listening again. And remember, as always, what? Self-care is the best care. See you later.